What's up, guys? Rev It Up 7 here. Thought I'd give a spotlight to a assortment of cars that I think are pretty cool. The Ultra HOTS from a Target. I think these are a Target exclusive for 2022. This is the full assortment, at least the first 8. I believe, I don't know if it's just my mind playing tricks on me, that I've seen cars in like maybe a second batch, but maybe that's just playing tricks on me. I'll see if there's a second batch, and if so, maybe I'll start collecting those. But these are really cool. They're from this late 70s, early 80s, I believe, when the Hot Wheels had the white and red logo, and then the Ultra HOTS assortment itself. They were kind of like the, what's it called? The cars that came out in like 2007, 2008, they had like the faster than ever wheels. That's what they were called. They remind me of those, but for this time period. This is the 1968 Mercury Cougar with the ground effects, the plastic spoiler, taillight detail. The front grills are actually plastic too. This is a pretty cool casting. The paint scheme, I kind of wish I could open this up just because it's so nice, but it's a like metallic Spectra Flame, I guess you can call it Ultra Hot paint scheme, red. Reminds me of like a cherry on top of a sundae red. And then you have this white hot flames on the side that kind of remind me of sparklers, and then 68, the year of the car. Most of these, actually all of them but one in this assortment, have these wheels. The original Zombat has these wheels. I have like a Lamborghini Countach with like this weird speckled paint scheme that has these wheels, and what else has? The original Shark Cruiser has these wheels. So I don't know if I actually like them or not, but I like seeing them because you rarely see them. But cool first one, and of course the card art is unique, and I like the Ultra HOTS logo too. Number 2, Brazilian Dodge Charger. This is a kind of like a rust orange with the same sparkler paint scheme on it. I think all of these cars have a varying degree of this paint scheme, except for like maybe a few. I don't know, is the Brazilian Dodge Charger just a Plymouth Barracuda that's been like rebadged? I don't know the history of this car, but Hot Wheels makes a lot of these 74 Brazilian Dodge Chargers for some reason. I don't think I've ever actually seen the original Brazilian Dodge Charger. The back end screams Plymouth GTX or Plymouth Roadrunner, like a 1968 through 70 Plymouth Roadrunner. Maybe it's just a poor casting, but the body looks like 60s Barracuda to me. Just cut ahead to avoid most of the siren noise. But yeah, here's the card art. Ultra HOTS. This one's actually in very good condition. This Cougar got bent a little bit on the pegs at Target. There's a chase car in this assortment. It's not till near the end, but that one was very difficult to get. I did not get that one with the rest at the Target. I had to get that one separately. This is a very unique casting. This is a 67 Shelby GT500, but it's almost like a cartoonish casting of this car. The body's a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be, and the wheels are 2 different sizes. Some Hot Wheels are more like Matchbox when it comes to their casting and, realism. This one's more like a cartoony. Not sure what the 6 is on the body, because the Cougar, it's a 68. But this is just a 6 on it. It's a 67, but it's not 67. This is gold. It's kind of striking. I like this body. I don't know. Is there other cars that use this casting? I don't know. I don't see like I recognize it. But you got the what's it called? Detailed 3 on each side taillights that this generation of Mustang had. Big hood scoop, and then headlight detail as well. This is a cool one. A little bit cartoony in proportions, but still pretty cool. Next up, I can't tell, I think this might be my favorite. Little Honda Civic SI, but with like the 80s livery and these wheels. I think this is a really cool choice. Actually, this is not next up. This is 6 out of 8, but I'll talk about it now anyway. What is next? Next would be 1, 3. Did I start? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. 4 would have been the one I'm going to go over next. 4 is the chase car. This one was pretty difficult to find too, but I had a Toyota Celica, a purple one, when I was a kid, with like really cool livery on it. It was one of the first Hot Wheels cars I ever had, and this kind of reminds me of that one. I love the blue. I love this deep blue. The wheels on this Civic look pretty cool. I like the exhaust detail. You can kind of see it there. The headlight paint. Sunroof. It's just a really cool 90s tuner car. It looks like something I would have in Midnight Club. But a pretty cool assortment to have a late 90s, early 2000s Honda and like this 80s theme, especially considering a lot of these are 60s muscle cars. So not many actual 80s cars made it to this 80s assortment. So maybe it's the 80s style with different vehicles, who knows. But next up, this one was difficult to find. This is the Nissan Sylvia drift spec car. Like probably 2,000 horsepower Nissan Sylvia with the bumpers off and you have the intakes on the front. Different color wheels. This looks really sick in purple. And the yellow windscreen, windshield. I've been watching a lot of Grand Tour. They speak like that. Windscreen and tarmac and all that stuff. I've been messing up and saying that. Yeah, this is just a cool, unique car. Somebody's idea for the 80s assortment was a 90s drift car all decked out. But I think this is really cool. It's got Ultra HOTS written on the side. I think it's clearly the chase car. It's got it written on the side. This one was hard to get. I had to get this one at like 3 different Targets I searched for. The others I all found in one sitting. This one was at another Target, different city, but pretty cool. This is 4 out of 8. Then 5, I don't know what they were doing with this. So I love Firebirds. I owned a Firebird, but this is, I don't like this casting. First of all, it's really cartoonish. Second of all, it's got the 5-spoke generic wheels. It's the only one that has these generic wheels. And I feel like I've seen this Firebird in a dark green so many times. They did like an Easter car that was like this, then they did another one I think in like 2011 or 12. But it doesn't really fit in with the assortment to me. Hot Wheels recently did a casting for a Firebird, I think a 70 or 71. It has the same grill here, and it's like got a roll cage. It's like a really sleek, either a drift car or a road course car. It's very much better casting than this, and I'm glad they did that. But this one's just kind of goofy. I think it's like a twin turbo Firebird, because you got the turbos coming out of the hood and then the shaker scoop anyway. But I'm just not a fan of the proportions of this one, but I wanted to complete the set. All right, next up, 7 out of 8 is the 71 El Camino. I dig this because it's like you can't tell if it's black, silver, or blue. And I just like El Caminos. I think they're an underloved, underappreciated car. This one doesn't have those like flaming streaks. It just more kind of has a bottom half flame. Almost looks more like tearing to me, but this looks pretty cool. The gold and the silver. I think it's like a dark gray, honestly. Looks really good together. Yeah, and I like that these cars have more headlight detail than others do. I think these are like $3 a piece, so they better look cooler. And I like all the custom card art. That's always cool, especially in different art styles. And then last but not least, I think this one or the Civic are my favorite. I can't tell. This is the Volkswagen SP2. Really cool, unique Volkswagen sports car. Kind of like that reminds me of the BMW M1, where it's just so obscure. I love the green. I love the, I think that's what the car looked like naturally with the stripe down the side and on the hood. And then you also have like the Ultra HOTS flame running next to it, but really cool. Ultra HOTS license plate, that's sick. Yeah, and just I like to see the SP2. It's a very unknown, little known sports car, and I think it's cool that Hot Wheels can memorialize some of these real world cars that kind of can get lost to time. So pretty cool assortment. If there are more, I will continue searching for them and hopefully collect the next assortment of 8. For some reason, I think I saw a blue Mustang in this assortment, but my mind might be playing tricks on me. But anyway, very cool assortment from Target. I love cool, unique assortments like this. Not necessarily the Hot Wheels. What are the cars called? They have the rubber tire. They're on Real Riders. It'll come to me, but those are like $4 a piece, and they do so many repeat castings of like certain buses, vans, and wagons. It's like, I like stuff like this. Easy to collect. It only costs like $25 to get them all, and then the chase cars aren't that much if you wanted to buy them separately. But pretty cool throwback, and I love the incorporation of some nice JDM tuner cars into the mix that is normally all American muscle. So pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Bye.